My wife suggested an open marriage and now she's furious because I'm happier without her. When my wife, Lisa, first brought up the idea of an open marriage, I was blindsided. We'd been together for 10 years, married for 7, and while our relationship wasn't perfect, I thought we were in a good place. But according to Lisa, we'd fallen into a rut, and she wanted to explore while still staying committed to each other. At first, I was completely against it. I told her I didn't see the point. If she wasn't happy with me, why not just leave? But Lisa assured me that this wasn't about wanting to replace me. She said it was about adding excitement to our lives. She claimed this would strengthen our bond, not weaken it. I won't lie, I felt cornered. Lisa was insistent, saying it was something she needed for her own growth. I eventually caved. I figured if it made her happy, and if this was what it took to save our marriage, I'd give it a shot. But deep down, I felt like I was signing away a part of myself. The first few weeks were miserable for me. Lisa threw herself into dating apps with an enthusiasm that felt like a punch to the gut. She'd come home from coffee dates looking giddy and glowing, while I sat at home pretending not to care. I wasn't interested in seeing anyone else. I'd married Lisa because I wanted her, and only her. The idea of dating other women felt wrong. But one night, while Lisa was out on one of her dates, a friend convinced me to go out for drinks to take my mind off things. That's where I met Carly. She was funny, smart, and genuinely interested in talking to me. For the first time in months, I felt seen. We exchanged numbers, and before I knew it, I was planning my own coffee date. To my surprise, Carly and I hit it off immediately. She wasn't just a distraction, she was kind, thoughtful, and easy to talk to. I started seeing her regularly. At first, I felt guilty, but then I remembered. This was Lisa's idea. The funny thing is, as I spent more time with Carly, I realized how much I'd been missing in my marriage. Carly listened to me in a way Lisa hadn't in years. She made me laugh, asked about my day, and seemed to genuinely care. I started to feel lighter, like a weight I didn't know I was carrying had been lifted. Meanwhile, things with Lisa took an interesting turn. She was happy at first, thrilled that I'd finally embraced the open marriage. But as my relationship with Carly grew, Lisa started to change. She became irritable, asking where I was going and when I'd be home. She started prying into my phone and making snide comments about Carly. One night, after I came home from a date, Lisa was waiting for me in the living room. She was furious. "I didn't think you'd actually enjoy this so much," she snapped. I reminded her that this was her idea. She'd wanted the freedom to explore, and I'd simply followed her lead. But that wasn't good enough for Lisa. "I thought this would make us stronger, not pull us apart," she said, tears in her eyes. I told her the truth. For the first time in years, I felt happy. I felt valued. And I couldn't ignore the fact that Carly had shown me what it felt like to be truly appreciated. Lisa didn't take it well. She accused me of not trying hard enough to make our marriage work. She said I was throwing everything away for some fling. I reminded her that she was the one who'd wanted to open the marriage in the first place. She couldn't handle the fact that the arrangement had worked out better for me than it had for her. Over the next few weeks, things got even worse. Lisa stopped seeing her dates and started focusing all her energy on me. She wanted to go to counseling, have date nights, and reconnect. But I couldn't go back to the way things were. The truth was, our marriage had been broken long before the open arrangement. The difference now was that I'd realized I didn't have to settle for being unhappy. Eventually, I told Lisa I wanted a divorce. She was devastated, but I couldn't stay in a marriage where I felt like a backup plan. I deserved better, and Carly had shown me that. Now, a few months later, I'm officially divorced and still seeing Carly. I'm happier than I've been in years, and for the first time, I feel like I'm living life on my terms. As for Lisa, I hope she finds what she's looking for, but I'm done sacrificing my happiness for someone who didn't value me until it was too late. Sometimes the things that are meant to fix a relationship only highlight what's been broken all along. And in my case, the open marriage Lisa wanted so badly was the wake-up call I needed to finally move on. After our divorce, Lisa suggested we give our marriage another chance, but I don't really see that happening. She says we are throwing away years of happiness. I want to stay with Carly and see where things go. What shall I do, Reddit? Let me know in the comments below.